You missed your high school graduation. You started college just as George Floyd was murdered. And there was a reckoning on race. It's natural to wonder if democracy you hear about actually works for you. What is democracy? If black men are being killed in the street, what is democracy? The trail of broken promises still leave black communities behind. What is democracy? You have to be 10 times better than anyone else to get a fair shot. And most of all, what does it mean, as we've heard before, to be a black man who loves his country, even if it doesn't love him back in equal measure?
Oh my God, corny, lame, boo, tomato, 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 I'm throwing tomatoes.
And this is what the Democratic Party thinks you deserve. Not to make this about race or anything like that, because the president should be for America and Americans, not pandering to one group or another, but this is definitely what this is. This is a pander. This is a race pander, so let's call it for what it is. I couldn't imagine graduating, going off into my life, my future, my adulthood, you know, and I've heard that this is one of the more prestigious black colleges, and being told that it doesn't matter. Your degree doesn't matter. Your hard work doesn't matter. How smart, how intelligent, how talented you are, it does not matter. It doesn't matter about your background or your economic background, your education background. It doesn't matter where you come from. It's the whole saying, doesn't matter if a black man is a hoodie and a suit. The world is still out to get you. There's no democracy for you. You're still oppressed. You're still a victim. So that little bright future that you're envisioning for yourself, that you worked so hard for the 4, 6, 8 years of college and university, just chuck that diploma in the trash, just in a shredder, because it doesn't matter for you, black man. I don't know why he heavily focused on black men, because I believe there were women in there, or at least people who identified as female. Can you imagine that someone doing that to you and then really believing and thinking that that's what you want to hear on your graduation day? Not you can be whatever you want, the future is bright for you, go out, take life by the balls, and ooh, just live life as an adventure. Like, no, you are oppressed, and don't you ever fucking forget it. And the only way you would get a crumb of happiness if you keep voting Democrat. He says that, you know, black people are constantly being failed promises, or broken dreams, or something like that. When, again, overwhelmingly black people vote Democrat. So whose fault is that? Who's breaking the promises? Because overwhelmingly black people vote for you, Biden. So who are breaking these promises? Who are creating the trail of broken dreams? Wow, this was a clusterfuck. Thank you. Someone commented in one of my comment sections, I think the Malcolm X one I did, the video I did, and told me to check this out. And it was entertaining, to say the least. Some of the graduate students turned their back on Biden. I don't know if he can even tell with his old ass 81-year-old senile eyesight that people were silently protesting him. And I think that's the appropriate thing to do, because how dare you? I feel like to constantly pander, like constantly race bait like this, is saying to black people, we still think you're dumb. We think you're stupid. We think you're idiots. We think you have a very low IQ. We believe we are more superior than you, and we can control you by manipulating your emotions, by throwing out racism every 4 years, playing you like a little puppet. That's when they do this, especially the way Biden did it, going, oh, the George Floyd, black men are being hunted by the police, they're dying in the police. That whole thing, that whole spiel, the way he did it, it's extremely obvious. And if you don't think it's obvious, then maybe you are a little low IQ. He went on and mumbled a lot of gibberish that you can barely understand. Sometimes his lips don't even part, like his tongue doesn't move or something when he speaks. He just mumbles. And yeah, he's 81, fair enough, but don't keep pushing this onto America, and don't keep pandering him to the black community like this is as good as we deserve. He went on about the ceasefire in the Middle East and Gaza, which Biden definitely was not jumping on a ceasefire train when it first came out. It starts saying that when his supporters start calling him Genocide Joe. And then he also asked for the return of the hostages, which is what Israel has been asking for since October 7th. And you're called a Islamophobic, and that you want genocide if you talk about the hostages that are still kept, and a good amount of them probably are already deceased. We've already finding that out. We've been asking that, Israel has been asking about that for October 7th, and it would have been a ceasefire if America would have pushed more for the hostages to be returned instead of focusing and pandering to anti-Semitics and people who have Jewish and Israeli derangement syndrome. Yeah, this war could have maybe possibly, some people deny that, but possibly gone a different way if the hostages were returned immediately.
The humanitarian crisis in Gaza. That's why I've called for an immediate ceasefire. An immediate ceasefire to stop the fighting. Bring the hostages home.
Anywho, that's all I have to say about that. I think that this speech was a clusterfuck, and if this is a preview of the debate between Trump and Biden that Biden his team asked for with a lot of caveats, like there can't be an audience, you have to have a time limit, the mic has to be cut, which then is not really a debate thing, because debate is a back and forth. But I guess, Trump said yes, and then he also wanted Biden to take a drug test. Don't know if Trump wants to push that, but anywho, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to get notifications when I do upload. All of that really does help with the algorithm, guys. And if you'd like to support this channel, for the love of God, you can donate. My PayPal and Cash App link is in the comment section below, and you can super thanks. And you guys have an amazing, beautiful freaking day. Bye.